Player Spotlight episode 12, I think.
It's 12.
With the Cub champion himself, me.
With a shirt this time.
Yes, and Tellman, of course. Tellman's also won Cub at Festa. If you didn't go to Festa, you should next year.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we did a Player Spotlight. I've been thinking about something which I want to pitch to you guys about whether or not I should do the timestamps. Because in my experience with the Player Spotlight format, the thing that stops me sometimes from doing these is that it takes so fucking long for me to make timestamps in the YouTube videos. And I'm not sure if people actually use the timestamps or not when watching. So if you use the timestamps, please let me know. And if there's enough people that feel like, yeah, well, I use them, then I'll keep them. But if people don't really care too much, then I'll just stop making them and produce more Player Spotlights instead of, producing less and adding timestamps. But fuck that. Without further ado, let's actually talk about the guest today.
Yo.
Tell Goat. Coming fresh off of an SU where you once again beat some very good players.
Yeah. I beat Daddy and Nobody.
How does it feel?
It feels really good because Nobody went 6-0 versus me the last PR season.
Yeah.
He just destroyed me. And to finally beat him and with a 3-0 as well.
Yeah.
It felt amazing.
You beat him so badly that he put on his ghost costume.
Yeah, I know.
Because he literally died inside, I think.
Yeah, and then he lost to Daddy and he started playing adventure mode.
Yes. But it was a good time. I think adventure mode helped him get back into the groove.
Yeah, it really did.
Okay. So I want to start as I always start, and you can play as we go if you want. And if you feel like it's too hard to play and talk, then you can just either ignore completely your result, or we can switch and just talk. It doesn't matter really.
I'm usually pretty comfortable with talking and playing at the same time.
Perfect. Then I want to talk to you about the question I ask everyone. What did you do before Smash?
Like games I played?
Yes. Because I'm assuming Smash isn't your first game you played in your life.
No. I played games my entire life. Like my first memory of playing video games was when I was like 3 years old and played A Link to the Past for SNES.
Banger.
Yeah, it's a really good game. I played a lot of Zelda as I grew up, but then like in my teenage years I played League of Legends, of course, as did everyone else. Sad times.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Did you try hard in League?
No. But I got gold 4 in my first season and tilted like half of my class. Because there was a lot of people who tried to climb to gold the entire season. And then I just came in and did my placements, won 8 of them, and placed in gold 4 and never played ranked again.
Why did you start with League? Was it just because you're a classmate?
Yeah, everyone in my class played it, so it was like I tried to not play it for a really long time, but it was like a lot of people tried to get me to play it, and then it was just like, yeah, okay, Olaf is pretty cool. I'll just play Olaf, I guess. And I was shit. I was so bad, and I played like a stupid build of him and tried to go all in Olaf. And, yeah.
I can imagine you playing Olaf. There's sort of like a Ganon vibe to Olaf.
There is. Yeah. And then the real Ganon vibe. I discovered Mundo.
Oh, I was thinking you were going to say like Urgot or something.
Urgot as well. I love old Urgot. I played him so much.
I feel like you are drawn to
Jank?
Ganon type, yes. Ganon type characters.
Yeah. I played old Scion. I played old Gangplank. Like all these janky characters. I love them.
God. But you played Smash as a child as well, I assume.
Yeah, I started with Melee because like my best friend bought Melee when it was new. We played a lot, And then I went and bought Melee as well, because my dad had a GameCube that he got for his 30th birthday, I think.
Banger dad. GameCube dad.
Banger mom and dad. So I played Melee on that. And yeah, I played with my brother a lot, and I remember like unlocking characters because it was back in the day before like internet. And I just played, and then I unlocked Marth, and I'd never seen this character before, and I was so hyped for him. And then Roy, even more hyped. And then, but I honestly fell in love with Ganondorf.
Yeah.
All the way back in 2002, and the reason I played Green Ganondorf is also because my friend, he was like, Green Ganondorf is really sick. It's like this Venom Ganondorf. He's so sick, and I was like, yeah, he really is. Because at first I played purple, and then since then I've just been playing Green Ganondorf.
but
and
like,
never switched.
the colors on Ganondorf are like the least influential colors. Like they change barely anything, I feel like.
I guess, but if you play Ganondorf a lot, you really see them though.
Yeah. And you were drawn to toxicity even back then.
I was.
Yeah, okay. Perfect. What I also enjoy how it was. Does your friend play Melee now? Do you have any contact with that friend?
I have some contact with that friend, but he plays like casually from time to time. But he played Young Link because he loved Majora's Mask and Ocarina of Time as well.
Yeah, yeah. Did how much did you play Melee as a child? Was it one of those things where you played, did your thing, unlocking all the characters, and then you were sort of done with the game, or did you keep coming back to it?
I kept coming back to it all the time. It was like I loved playing events. Was one thing.
Yeah.
So a thing I did sometimes was I just deleted everything and unlocked everything again because I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
And then after a while, I started being like, I've always been pretty competitive. And me and my brother just started playing like 1v1, no items, Final Destination. We had no idea about the meme. We just thought it was the most balanced stage.
Yeah. But you had unlocked Final Destination.
Yeah, we unlocked everything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. I never even knew that you could unlock Battlefield. When people started when I saw people start playing the game, I thought they had modded it when they played Battlefield.
When they played Battlefield?
Yeah, I was like, what the hell?
But you unlocked like Yoshi Story 64?
No.
Oh, okay, because that's the hardest one.
No, I didn't know that stage existed either. I feel like most of the hard stages I didn't unlock.
Yeah.
I think maybe I unlocked Final Destination.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like I've always been a completionist as well, so I just did everything.
Yeah. When you were, I'm assuming you said when you said that you started playing 1-on-1. How old were you at this time?
I was like maybe 11, I think. So it was like what, 2007?
Had Brawl come out then?
I think it did. And it was about that time that I moved to Trosa.
Where did you live before?
Södertälje.
Ah, okay.
And then I became like best friends with a guy in class the first day because he also played Smash a lot.
Yeah.
Like we hung out like the entire first week.
Yeah.
And we just started playing a lot of Melee, but then we played like 4 people because it was more than just me and my brother.
Yeah.
So we played free-for-all, but we did it on like more competitive stages because I've always disliked a lot of the uncompetitive stages.
Yeah.
And no items because I didn't like items. And then Brawl came out. We started playing Brawl. We thought it was fun, but it was a lot more casual at that point.
Yeah.
More items, more like wacky stages. But then after a while, I just liked Melee more because, Brawl, even for me back then, felt too floaty.
Yeah.
So I just went back to Brawl to Melee 1v1s with my brother.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, your brother also plays competitive Melee.
Yeah.
Yeah. His name is Burran.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he's also your team's partner for most of the time when
Most
he's
of the
around.
time.
When he's around, he plays with you.
Yeah. He's not that active.
No.
He has other things in life.
How come how come you two, or rather, how come he came back to Melee with you? Did he also enjoy Melee more?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He didn't like Brawl that much. And he's also been very competitive. So, yeah.
And did you throughout all of this time just keep playing Ganon?
I kept playing Ganon.
The toxic green Ganon.
Yeah. But it was like, I played a lot of other characters as well.
Yeah.
Like I played Dr. Mario a bunch, I played Falco a bunch, and those. My brother played like Fox, Captain Falcon, so he also plays a lot of the characters that he played back in the day.
Yeah, yeah. Because he even now plays Falcon and Fox.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. But you had not touched Sheik at that point.
I have played some Sheik, and I knew that her like forward air stuff were really good even then.
Yeah.
Just slapping people.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I started, but no, when I played casually, I played like a lot of the cast, but my main was always Ganondorf.
How did you discover competitive Smash?
It was just a day like any other, and I just sat in my room playing something, I guess Maple Story or something.
Hi.
Yeah. And then my brother comes into my room and just starts screaming like, people are playing Melee on Twitch, and it's huge. And I'm like, wait, what? People still play Melee?
Yeah.
We're not the only ones. And I just like ran up to his room and started watching, and it was Apex 2015.
Oh, that's such a good one.
Yeah. And I was just watching it, was so amazed, and like, since I had played the game a lot, I didn't know about all these advanced techs. Like, the only things I had discovered were like SDI and I don't know, teching, I guess. But nothing like L cancelling or wave dashing or wave landing or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I still like understood how difficult these things were to do and how these people moved, and it was like insane.
Yeah. I feel like if you played the game a lot as a kid, you at least have somewhat of an understanding of how the movement system works, and seeing people move like the way they were doing makes it look like it's like a fairy tale or something.
Yeah, it really is.
There we go.
And I feel like it also helped me a lot, especially when I started out, because it was like I already understood a lot of things, because I had played the game for like over a decade.
Yeah.
Even though it was casually, I like knew these characters' movesets. I knew like the layout of the stage, everything like this, and like a lot of jank, I guess, because casual strategies include a lot of jank. So it's helped me a lot. Which is nice.
What was the meta in Burran Tellman 2012 Melee?
It was mostly smash attacks.
That's hype.
Especially since this is like Ganondorf. He hits really hard, especially his smash attacks. And like his down smash can cover roll behind, which is amazing.
Yeah, rolls and smash attacks.
It was a lot of rolls and smash attacks, but then there was some like more complex strategies as well. Like I had a friend who Kirby-sided.
Oh, that's hype.
Like all the time. So I really knew how to not get Kirby's when I started out.
Essential melee tech.
Essential melee tech, yeah. I've never had a use for it.
So far.
So far. I haven't met Triple R in brackets.
No.
Or Serial Rabbit. Or
I've never heard of Serial Rabbit.
I think it was Serial Rabbit that like took a game of Armada's really drunk fox.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad we have that. So you and your brother found, or your brother found a Twitch stream, and you and your brother started watching Apex.
Yeah.
Which player was your most? Which player did you think was the coolest at Apex?
Armada.
Armada. Yeah.
It was like, oh my god, a Swedish top player that's like bodying everyone. And then I looked at Mutaking and like the player cam for Mutaking at Apex. It's not the best. It looks like a 40-year-old man, honestly.
He does have that vibe.
Yeah, but at Apex it was the worst. He really looked like a 40-year-old man. So it was like, what the hell? People in this age? Like, is there really a 40-year-old man teaming with Armada? Playing Melee? It was wild.
I wish he was 40, actually.
Yeah, it would have been really hype.
Yeah. So you started watching the game, but that was 2014, right?
2015.
2015. Was that the one that PP won?
I think so. Yeah, PP won.
Yeah. But you started playing, or at least you didn't go to a tournament until long after that, no?
Yeah. I started going to tournaments like summer of 2016.
Yeah.
Because well, as soon as we saw the tournament, we started playing Melee like a lot more. When I played every day and started implementing some tech, but I was still like playing Ganondorf, and I used excuses like, well, Ganondorf doesn't really need wave dashing that much, so I'll just practice L canceling and play. Like we looked for tournaments, but we didn't find any.
Yeah.
So we just kept on playing like that. Played with each other, played versus CPUs, practiced combos and such. And then I found like a tournament page for Final Destination Fight, I think it was.
No.
It was like a fighting game tournament in like Skåne, I think.
Yeah.
And
Destination Fight. I heard it was terribly ran.
Yeah, and I just like thought of going there, but I don't remember. I wasn't even 18, I think, and it was like I didn't have any money. Just going there, I didn't know anyone, so I just didn't do it.
Yeah.
And then it was my brother who found SU after a while. First, I registered to Anthers Ladder and switched to Marth because I was going to take it more seriously, and I wanted to play a good character, not a gimmick. And then I actually started learning stuff because, well, Marth can't use the excuse of, well, wave dashing isn't good with this character, so I'll not learn it. And then I played on Anthers for a bit, and then my brother found SU, and we went there, and then I just never stopped going.
Yeah.
But it was mostly that we just didn't find anything.
Wasn't Apex 2015 the one with the salty sweets?
Yeah.
So, did you not feel like Ganon was a viable character because you saw, Bizarro Flame and whatever the fuck it was?
I've never been that disillusioned. I know he's a bad character. I've always known he's
Even when the guy yelled easy money?
Yeah, he beat a Ganondorf.
Easy!
He just really trashed another Ganondorf. Like, he didn't trash a Fox. He didn't trash a Peach.
Yeah.
He didn't trash a Marth or anything like that. It was just another Ganondorf.
Yeah.
Like, Kirby could do that as well.
What? So you switched to Marth, and then your first SU. Did you go and you played Marth?
Yeah, I played Marth for like my first 3 months.
Mm-hmm. I remember that actually.
Yeah,
You
and
played White Marth, no?
I played Green Marth.
Green Marth. Okay.
Because I really wanted to play Black Marth because I always played Black Marth when I was young. But then I thought everyone's going to play Black Marth, so I'll never get my color. So I'll switch to green. No one plays green, and everyone. I'm not kidding. Like 4 Marths started at the same time as me. Every single one of them played green.
Yeah.
And like every single SU, I played like 3 Marth Dittos.
Yeah.
And it was just wild. It was a wild time to start being a Marth main. And that's when I switched to white, because no one was playing white.
So you did play White?
I did play white,
Okay, so
but
then
not
I
in the
didn't
beginning.
misremember. Okay, good. Because I feel like, to me, I had completely blocked the memory, or did not remember that you played White Marth. But I also started a bit before you, so we didn't play much in bracket. I came a bit. We were on like different sides usually.
Yeah.
I think. But that was cool. How was the scene when you started? Do you remember how many players there were at locals and things like that?
Yeah, there were usually like 30 people, I think. And like there was a pretty like it wasn't as top heavy as it is nowadays.
Yeah.
Because nowadays it's like yeah, you have the top 10 or something seeds, which like everyone can beat everyone there.
Yeah.
And then you have like everything below it. For a bit, you have some players, and then you get down to like the lower echelon.
Yeah.
But then it was like more even.
Yeah.
It went in like a regular chart, I guess,
Yeah.
instead of just peaks and then valleys instantly.
Yeah. I feel like back then more players started out at a similar time, which made it so that there was like a gradient depending on how much people try-harded. That made it so that you could usually have someone to play against. Also, just having more people is like makes it there higher likeliness that you have someone that's around your level.
Yeah.
But yeah, I totally remember what you mean. There was like definitely like a scale that you were at.
Yeah.
Whereas now I feel like once you're at the top, a lot of us are just
We're very similar in skill.
Yeah. Saying that though, back then, who were people around your level that you were looking into beating or stuff like that? Potential early rivals.
In the like absolute beginning or
Yeah.
after a while?
Start with the beginning and then progress.
In the beginning, I remember I had it was the other Marth mains. I mostly bodied them, but it was still like I had some like Spark Brain, for example.
Oh yes.
I played a lot with him, and then it was like Kent.
Yes, Kent again.
Kent again.
But he didn't play Marth, no?
No, he played Sheik in the beginning, and then he switched to Fox.
Yeah.
But he was definitely like one of my best friends in the beginning.
Yeah.
And CBG.
Yeah.
Shoutouts to the Goon.
Yeah. Sibber Goat.
Cool Boy Gamer.
Is that what it stands for?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, it's the meme.
What does it actually stand for?
It's just an acronym for like his
his
initials.
name. Yeah. Okay.
Kaspar Benjamin Gludek.
I think Cool Boy Gamer is the way I put it.
Cool Boy Gamer. I think it was someone who was like, what does it stand for? Is it Cool Boy Gamer? And then it just took it as a meme. And
I think it's funny that one of your first rivals is Cool Boy Gamer.
It wasn't really a rival though.
Yeah.
It was more like a friend.
Yeah.
One of my earliest rivals though was Gillian.
Mm-hmm.
Like we played a lot.
Oh yeah, he started like roughly around the same time as you know.
Yeah, a little earlier, and he like bodied me at my first local.
Yeah.
But it didn't take that long for us to have close games, partly because Marth Falco at that level is a shit show. Like, Marth just kills sometimes.
I feel like the basics in that matchup is just so much easier for Marth.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a Falco main bias.
No, it really is.
Yeah.
Like, it takes Falco so much longer to actually be able to do things versus Marth.
Yeah.
Especially in PAL, because you didn't have the weak kid downer combos, so you couldn't even watch like Mango and do his combos.
Yeah.
You just sent them away if you did.
Yeah. God, that matchup was awful.
Yeah, it was really bad. In PAL at least.
Yeah. Fucking... I forgot about PAL.
We all do. We want to.
The way that like you hit the latest there, and then they just went to the right. So you're like, what the hell is this?
Like, it had niche uses for edge guarding because they couldn't take it really.
Yeah.
It was so strange.
Yeah, because in the current meta, like you SDI up on there, and if you do the dare or you get hit by dare high enough, if you SDI up and in, you like can tech on the stage.
Yeah.
But you couldn't do that with the weak hit dare from Falco then.
Yeah, because you just flew away and died.
So you could just dare and it was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was hype.
Yeah, but that was like the only good thing.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Speaking of good things, who was your first good win that you had?
Are we talking really good or first like upset?
Your opinion. What win were you first most proud of?
I beat AD. At like
the youngling.
The youngling. Smash ranking EU was a thing back then, and he had a pretty decent like true skill rating.
Yeah.
And I had gone to like 2 tournaments, and I beat him, and it felt amazing.
With Marth.
Yeah, with Marth. So that was really nice. That was like my first real win, I guess. That wasn't just people that started around the same time as me.
Yeah, yeah.
But then it was like, I don't know, I started beating Gillian sometime, and then Flippy, because Marth Falco.
Yeah.
And then, but I think a lot of my wins actually came when I switched to Ganondorf. Because I did switch back to Ganondorf.
Why?
It was like, I was tired of... I really don't like some of Marth's flaws, which get even more accentuated when you're bad. Like, the spacing being so extremely precise in some matchups, you being punished really hard, your shield being ass, and not being able to kill if you don't have your kill setups on point.
Yeah.
And like, Ganondorf was slightly better at most of these, at least, and he was a lot better at killing. Like, he kills.
Yeah.
That's like the only thing he does.
And Ganondorf has like monkey brain tech skill.
Yeah, I've always been like a pretty technical player though.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was just saying, like, in the beginning, for most players, there's like a lot of tech skill issues you typically run into, I feel like. And Ganondorf sort of just doesn't suffer from it as much because you don't have to press as many buttons, kind of.
Yeah. But I still did, like, I labbed a lot when I played Ganondorf. I remember, like, finding new kill setups, practicing, like, chain grabs on every single character, so I was actually taking the characters seriously.
Yeah.
And trying to push him as hard as I could. And I just felt that he fit me because, I am kind of a heavy player at heart.
Yeah. Maybe you should play Yoshi.
No, because I'm also a zoner at heart.
But Yoshi's cool. Anyway, but you said that some of your bigger wins started coming when you switched to Ganon.
Yeah.
Tell me about those.
I started beating people like Jack in the Ganon Ditto.
Who was at the time ranked, probably?
Yeah, it was at the time like, I don't know, top 15 at least. And I beat Celius once, who's like the youngest brother of Monio and Ashtray.
No, he's the oldest brother.
He's the oldest, okay.
Yeah. Monio's the youngest.
Okay, so it's reverse from...
Yes, yes. The older you are, the worse you are at the game.
I guess.
Unless you're Mutaking, in which case you can be 40 years old and they pick
Still-
2015.
And still be good.
Yeah.
Or at least look like you're 40 years old.
I think that's what Celius was missing, is he looked young, but
He
had to
looked
look
young.
old.
But yeah, so I beat him with Ganondorf.
Yeah.
And I remember that I beat him in a pretty gimmicky way, honestly. But it was like I took a stock and then I got a back throw stomp at 0. Last stock, game 3, and it was just like, yeah, that's Ganondorf versus Fox for you. And then I started like beating players, like I think I beat you once. I think I beat Lotterix once. So yeah, I started getting some wins with Ganondorf. But I did feel like this character is absolute garbage. Why am I wasting my time with this?
Because you did want to try hard, I'm assuming.
I've always wanted to try hard.
Why?
I'm very competitive, as I said. I want to prove that I can be the best. And I just like competing a lot. And yeah, with Ganondorf it's like, yeah, there's a pretty apparent ceiling after a while and he's not good. He really isn't. He gets camped by like half the cast. And yeah, he's just bad.
You said though that you hadn't played many competitive games competitively before.
Yeah.
Have you done anything competitive before Melee?
Not really, no. I've just always been like competitive with my, I guess, friends and such. But I hadn't really found a game that I wanted to be good at until I found Melee. So it was just like that. It wasn't that I didn't want to try hard, it was just I hadn't found the thing yet.
And now you feel like Melee is the avenue in which you can express your like competitive
Yeah, I love this game so much.
Yeah. And so being the competitor you are, you decided Ganondorf's actually shit.
Yeah, let's switch to Sheik.
Yeah. And Sheik you have been playing for a long time, I feel like.
Yeah, not without some attempts at switching though. Like there's Flippy did like some player spotlights before, which was like a panel and some info about players.
Yeah.
And he did one for me. And the fun fact in it was still hasn't decided on a fucking main. And it is honestly so true to this day, because I'm still like, should I play Falco? Falco maybe fits me better, should I play him?
Yeah.
I just can't decide. Non-committal gamer.
Why?
I just always feel like Sheik maybe doesn't fit me that good, because I kind of try to play her in a way that she's not supposed to be played, and I've always tried to compensate it with like just being good at punish game.
What are some things that you do that you feel like aren't complimenting Sheik's as a character?
Well, one thing is that I'm actually pretty damn bad against dash dance camping. You need to be pretty good against that as Sheik. But there's also like some things that I do that doesn't really suit Sheik, I feel like. Like I go in a lot. Like a lot of the time that I can just hang back, I just go in.
Yeah.
I want to fight, I want to hit people.
And you think that other characters that have an easier time being the aggressor would fit better than Sheik in that sense?
Yeah, either that or the complete opposite. That is my Falco, which is like just playing him as a zoner.
And then the question becomes, if you, because you switch to Falco,
Yeah.
because you feel like you can't play the way you want with Sheik and you want to play aggressively. And then once you switch to a character that can play aggressively, you decide you want to play as a zoner.
No, but it's really like I'm actually in the depth of my heart. I'm actually a zoner. Like no joke.
Yeah.
Before I was a pretty aggressive player, but I'm not anymore. I'd say it's just like I like that style a lot more than just being defensive, I guess. But like Falco can be a zoner in a pretty proactive way, and that's what I find really fun. Sheik can't, in my opinion. Like you either zone or you are proactive.
Speaking of traits that you have, one of them being that you don't want to, or that you have a hard time choosing character, and then you keep coming back to whether or not you should switch, to the point where you can even play Ganon sometimes. I know it's not for a main, but it's fun.
Yeah, he's just a for fun character now.
Yeah.
And a pocket pick for some matchups.
Yeah. And Fox.
Yeah.
And Falco.
And Falcon.
And Falcon. But your Falcon's trash.
My Falcon's good sometimes, though.
I'm just kidding. I wanted to be mean. Another trait that you have is your controller.
Yeah. My controllers.
When did you first realize that I want to mutilate my controllers?
For those of you who don't know what he's talking about, I have a completely round gate.
Like a PlayStation controller.
Yeah, or an Xbox One.
Yeah.
Like I recently added shield drop notches because it's really difficult to shield drop with a completely round gate. But that was, I think, when I played. I think it was pretty early. Like I hadn't played that long, and I just felt like these standard notches, they're in the way. I want to hit things that these just they try to force you into their octagonal stuff. And I just try to hit angles that were like in between, that are really difficult to hit if you try to do it around these gates. So I felt like, yeah, I should just do it like a round gate. I have these notches in my head, I don't need them on this controller. Kinda.
And then, was it because you had played on a Xbox or PlayStation controller and things like that you felt like you knew you wanted this? Or how come you experienced that, you know what, I've been playing Melee for 10 plus years or something, and now I want to change the entire way that the controller functions?
I mean, my favorite controller of all time is the GameCube controller.
Yeah.
So it's not like that. It was just like, now that I started to learn tech skill, and actually, like, I want to hit these, like, wave dashes that I can't hit with this octagonal stuff.
Yeah.
I want to hit these Firefox angles and all of this stuff. And then I just, yeah, you know what? I've heard of that Silent Wolf had a completely round gate, and he's like the most technical player of all time, so why not?
That's true. He is one of the most technical players of all time.
If not the most. He definitely has arguments for being the most technical of all time.
But I feel like you learned about this after you had created your circular gate.
No, I really didn't.
Okay.
I learned about this first.
Okay, good. Because it felt like one of those things where you're like, oh yes, this I can use to support my argument.
No. It was part of the
decision
switch.
making.
Yeah.
Okay. But you kept going to locals, even though traveling to locals for you from Trosa took quite a long time, right?
Yeah,
How-
it
how-
took 1.5 hours one way,
Ah.
so it was like 3 hours every single time, and it cost like 300 crowns every single time.
Oh fuck, man.
And I just went every week for
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, you did. I think you are probably the one that spent the most money on locals in Stockholm.
In the world, maybe?
No, I don't think so.
For
Because-
locals?
Yes, but because they have like locals in America that have like entry fee every day that have like, you know, $10 entry fee or something.
Yeah, but
And
I
if
also
you-
traveled from Gotland for a while.
Oh, that's true. Oh, it might be. It might be. But I feel like there must be someone who's paid more money. But maybe not
I
for
don't know.
locals. Doesn't matter. Point being that it was a huge commitment, I feel like.
Yeah.
And at the time you didn't have any form of income or anything like that, right? You just sort of
I
pulled
did
it
for
out.
a little while.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I worked in storage, I guess,
Mm.
for a while. Like picking stuff for orders.
Yeah, like what a warehouse.
Yeah, a warehouse. Like for summer,
Mm-hmm.
before my body went to shit.
Yeah.
And since I was still living at home, I
Mhm.
didn't really have any, like, I didn't have any fees or anything that I had to pay every month. Like,
Mhm.
my mom paid for my food and everything.
Yeah.
So I just could save all that money. I bought a new computer, I bought a new screen so I could play Melee,
Mm-hmm.
more or less. And I just saved that money and went to locals with that money. Like, I didn't spend it on anything else.
That's hype though.
That's commitment.
It sounds like Melee was very important to you.
Yeah, it has definitely been. Like, not just the game, a lot of the community around it as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise I would definitely be a very different person today. And be a lot more isolated.
How so?
Well, it almost feels like since I've had a lot of issues with like my body and not being able to work,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really, like, I don't really go out that much if I don't. Like, I went to Melee,
Mm-hmm.
like that was it,
Mhm.
and I met a lot of new friends and started hanging out with them.
Mm.
And a lot of my other friends, they were like, they moved away to study and they moved away to work and all of that
Yeah.
stuff. So I didn't really have anyone close anymore.
Yeah.
So it really helped to have Melee.
Mm-hmm.
And also like something to pour time into when you're just sitting at home,
Yeah.
like day in, day out.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So you feel like it was not only like the gameplay aspect of itself, like a stimulation in that sense, but it's also like a social motivator for you that also helped you feel like you could have an outlet for like both of those things at once, basically.
Yeah.
When you started, you told me about the locals, but you didn't tell me much about the majors. What was your first major you went to?
My first major was Valhalla 1.
Wow.
Valhalla.
That's actually so late.
Yeah, it was
You-
really late.
You went to so many locals before going to a major, I feel like.
Yeah. I remember like everyone who was like at and slightly above my level went to like Ascension and Descension
Yeah.
and other tournaments.
Yeah.
But since I didn't really have any income,
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it was worth it.
Yeah.
Like, I can go to locals instead.
Yeah.
So I just kept going to those before I felt like, yeah, okay, I can start traveling.
Why did you decide you could start traveling?
It was mostly just, you know what, why not? I've been playing this game for a while now. I'm at least decent. I can get some wins even when I travel, so it should be worth it. Because there was also that aspect, like, I didn't want to travel just to go, like, 0-5 in pools.
Yeah. And we traveled a pretty big gang to Valhalla as well.
Yeah, we did.
I feel like that also helps with the experience, knowing that, like, we can all travel together and hang out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Once you know people.
Yeah, and some of my best friends went as well. Like Johnny B. And Polisan.
Yeah.
They went there as well.
Polisan is fucking hype.
I love him. I miss him so much.
Yeah.
So it was really fun.
Yeah.
Like just hanging out with all of these nerds, having fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was amazing.
Who did you play against at your first major? Do you remember the Valhalla bracket?
I kind of do. I got destroyed, and that was my last tournament where I played Ganondorf, more or less. Because I was just like, no, I'm not playing this shit character anymore. I think I got destroyed by Stelsig.
The Sheik player.
Yeah.
Also a Super Mario Sunshine speaker.
Yeah, I was in Super Mario Sunshine, like history of Super Mario Sunshine.
You were in it?
I was in it because Stelsig got a combo on me, and the one who did the video wanted to have a clip of Stelsig when he played Melee, I guess. And then it was just him F-tilting me like 5 times when I tried to recover.
That's so funny because that's one of those things where you would have never known unless you accidentally found that. Or like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It was someone who was like, oh my god, I watched this video and you're in it. I was like, what? And then I watched it and just, oh no, it's just me getting combo. Unfortunate. My shit again and getting comboed by the most scrub combo ever. Like F-tilt, 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 reverse it, back air, forward air. I just held in.
Yeah. Classic. I like how you got hit by that combo and then said, it's Ganon's fault, and then switched.
I know, right?
It's not me, it's the character. But it is true that you needed the switch from... So who did you play... apart from Stelsig, because that was the winners, I'm assuming, or was it losers?
I don't think I got out of pools.
Oh, rip.
I got pretty destroyed. Like, I wasn't that good at the time, and I played a bad character, so yeah. I think I had Psyche in my pool, because I remember him... I remember that... Or maybe... No. No, I had like a German... Marth, who I don't remember the tag of. I don't think he plays anymore. And I think he like beat me really close, 2-1. And then he played Psyche in bracket, so that's why I thought Psyche was in. And he got Marthed and tilted.
When what did you feel your overall experience was of going to a major?
I really loved it. Like, it was just like a local with all of these goons, but for an even longer time. And just hanging out for a weekend instead of just one evening.
Yeah. And getting to meet new goons.
Yeah, new goons as well.
Add to your little collection of goons.
Yeah. Like that was the first time I met like all of the Gothenburg people, like Johnny Fight, for example, the guy who loves my thumbs.
Yes. What about your thumbs?
My thumbs are they're very strange. The shape on them, they look like big toes, I guess.
A little bit like big toes.
Yeah.
So it became a meme in Smash Stockholm, or not Stockholm, maybe Smash Sweden, I feel like. That you had weird thumbs.
Yeah. Johnny Fight just got fascinated by my thumbs.
Yes.
And I remember after Valhalla, when I got home, I got tagged in like I think it was a Nordic Discord,
Yeah.
by Johnnyfied, and he was like, "Send me a picture of your thumb, please." And I did, and he still shows that picture to people.
Yes.
Because if you think it's so funny.
It is a rare thumb, though.
It is a very rare thumb.
Even more rare is that your brother does not have the same thumb, right?
Yeah.
Does anyone
Really?
in your family have this type of thumb?
My dad's grandpa did.
Oh shit.
So it's way back.
Oh shit. How do you know he did that? Did somebody paint his thumb for you?
No, everyone's told me.
Oh.
Morfar Torsten.
Torsten.
Yeah.
He was a Ganondorf player.
He was a
He
Ganondorf
must have
player.
been.
If you have thumbs like these, you play Ganondorf.
Yeah, that's true. Primal alpha male. Oh no, primal alpha male.
Facing Ganondorf.
You're playing against Ganondorf, the alpha male. Oh god. He just dies.
Yep. He just dies.
What is your favorite major that you've attended? Or actually, what is your favorite tournament that you've attended?
Ooh. Festa maybe?
Yeah?
I think so.
Yeah,
Festa is amazing.
Yeah.
But also the D-side Invitational.
Swedish Summit.
Yeah, Swedish Summit. Sponsored by Johnny B's dad.
Yeah. Pappas pengar.
Pappa betalar. But yeah, it was amazing. I think that was the first time I met like Kikkoman and a lot of other like more Swedish people from like
Other parts of
other parts of Sweden.
Yeah.
Because I think that was before Valhalla. So that might be the first time I met Johnny Fights. But yeah, it was really fun.
You know what's actually hype
What?
that I just thought about? Deicide. They chose that name because it means God slaying.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Pipsqueak was sponsored by Deicide.
Yeah.
And Pipsqueak has actually now slain a god
Yeah.
in Mango.
Yeah.
Isn't that really hype? The Deicide has finally been committed.
I know, right?
It
The
only
OG
took
guru.
like very many years.
Well, we weren't good, any of us, when he sponsored us.
Yeah.
He just sponsored us because we were his friends.
Yeah.
And because Pipsqueak was actually going places.
Yeah. Yeah.
In my case, it was mostly because I was his friend.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is a spoiler-free zone, though, buddy. I'm banning you. I'm kidding. No, I actually spoiled you. I'm so sorry now.
What?
Or did you read the chat? Don't read the chat. Don't read the chat.
I haven't read the chat.
Don't read the chat. Can some mods?
I think I've already been spoiled though.
How do I
because
remove this?
I think Popmeister posted it in the Swedish Discord, just in general.
What do you think you have been spoiled? We will leave the subject. Yes, spam Festa until it's gone. Yes, there we go. Festa!
Festa, 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 festa.
Have you noticed the Easter eggs?
The Easter
They're
egg.
very prominent Easter eggs, actually. No, Tellman told me that he hasn't watched any of Summit, so we can't spoil too much about how it's going. So favorite. What's your favorite memory of your favorite tournament then?
I have a lot of really good memories of a lot of different tournaments. Like, I have a lot of good ones from Valhalla 1, where we, like, partly because boys shawarma
Didn't you
showed
stay
us
up all night? No?
at Valhalla.
Yes.
I might have, I don't remember.
I think you did, but I might be wrong.
I have a really wacky memory from Air.
Okay.
I was going to share housing with, or well, it was at a hotel room with Johnny B. But he didn't tell me that he arrived one day later, and had booked it for that day, of course. So I didn't have anywhere to sleep the first night.
I think I remember this.
Yeah, so I just went around the place, and a lot of people were like, "Oh, you can sleep at my place," and then they disappeared. And after a while, it was like 5 a.m. and everyone had disappeared.
I remember this.
And I just found like a laundry room that was open, and I just went in there and slept. And that's where I slept the first night of air.
Did you also book the really shitty hotel? That
Yeah, it was that hotel.
Do you know who got everyone to book that hotel?
No.
It was me.
It was you? I remember like Leo had read some reviews, and one of them was not even the cockroaches wants to live there.
I didn't even read the reviews. I just saw it was the cheapest place and it wasn't too far away.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I'll pay this one because I knew that Smashers have no money. So.
Yeah. It was, but if it wasn't for that place, I would have missed my flight.
Because it what?
If it was because this trip, I swear, it was the worst trip of my life. The tournament was good, but the trip was so bad. I booked. First off, I booked a train, but then I noticed like I'm not going to be able to catch this flight if I go with this train.
Yeah.
So I'll have to book a cab, and then I booked a cab from Leicester, like the central, the square, and then when it's time to go home, I notice the Leicester Square isn't in Leicester, it's in London, like 40 kilometers away, and that's where my cab is. So I'm like distressed as all hell, because I don't know how I'm going to get to this flight.
How do you fuck everything up so badly?
I don't know.
What the hell?
It was so bad. And then, like the people, like the guy who worked at that hotel, he noticed me being really distressed. So he came out and started to talk to me.
He was a nice guy.
Yeah, he was a really nice guy. Like the people there were really sweet.
Yeah.
It was just the hotel that sucked.
Awful.
It was so bad.
Either they didn't have warm water at all, or the water was scalding hot, like to the point where you couldn't be in it.
You could shower. Ours had black mold in it.
Oh, that's hype.
We couldn't even go in because it's like, oh yeah, this is going home if we go in here.
Perfect.
Perfect. So I didn't shower, and that's why I wore a cap when I went up the stage. Because I didn't want to show my disgusting hair. Yeah,
but you made your flight. How did you do it? You talked to the guy?
Yeah, and he was like, I can fix a cab for you right now so you can get to your flight. I know a guy who can come right now.
Oh, what a homie.
Yeah. And then he came and like he just drove me there. Like I had to pay for both a train ticket and 2 cabs, but I got there. Eventually I got there.
Money well spent.
Money well spent. Oh no, the gimmick! I wanted the gimmick to work a third time.
So fucking much, man. The hell was that? How did you feel like the pandemic? Because I know you talked a little bit about buying a new computer and buying a new monitor and trying to play Melee. But when we talk to you nowadays about playing Melee...
Yeah, I can't.
Yes.
I straight up can't play Melee at home. My computer was decent 7 years ago. Which means that today it is terrible. And it can't even run Melee at anything better than 57 FPS. So I just can't play melee. And I don't have room to have a CRT setup, because I live in my dad's place and in a really small room, and there is a lot of shit that's not mine there. So I just can't. So I play melee once a week at SU. I've just been thinking a lot of the game, I guess, and improving that way. But I can't play. So a lot of my problems nowadays comes from like my punish game not being as refined, which sucks.
Why do you feel like you're able to compete at the level that you're competing at without playing the game?
I think that like I'm just because I've been sticking to Sheik for a while now. There's not really that much tech necessarily that I need to practice, because I've practiced this stuff for years. Like before, when I switch characters all the time, like I need to play because I'm switching characters all the time. But now Sheik is like a comfort pick kind of.
Yeah.
Like what Ganon's always been. So I can just stay at that level, and yeah, and I'm pretty good at thinking about the game in general, and improving that way, even if I don't play. And then I can like test out some things in Uncle Punch from time to time, because if it's like, I can't really practice reaction tech chase, which is what screws me over the most right now, because I'm losing to a Fox player over and over. But like, I get ideas sometimes, like, hey, maybe this would work. And then I try them, and yeah, sometimes they do. And I can still do those things, I just can't play.
Yeah, yeah. But you feel like you spend a lot of time thinking about the game?
Yeah. And that's how I can, like, still be kind of consistent, I guess.
Do you watch the game a lot?
No, I actually don't. I very rarely watch Melee nowadays. I just feel like I want to do other things, because when I watch Melee, it's like, I don't know, I'm ADHD brain, so I want to do more things at once. And if I watch Melee, it's really difficult to focus on what's happening and actually take that in at the same time as I'm doing something else. So if I watch something, it's usually like watching something on YouTube that is like not really important, I guess.
Yeah.
And of other interests. But I watch sometimes. Like I watch if there's like, oh, Pipsqueak is playing now,
Yeah.
or Sharp is playing right now.
Yeah.
Then I watch. But
Yeah.
Otherwise, yeah, I just don't.
Yeah.
I have other things to do.
Yeah, yeah. What do you feel like you do in Melee that you feel has gotten you to the level where you're at? And what do you like, or rather, what do you think that you do differently from other people?
I think one thing is that I approach the game pretty differently from especially a lot of newer schools, I guess. Like, I'm very aware that I'm not playing against the CPU, I'm playing against a human, so I will hit you with things that might not work every time. It might never work against the computer, but it will work against a human. And like, just, I guess some of my other strengths are like my spacing is pretty good, because I played very spacing reliant characters the entirety of my quote unquote career. And before, when I could play, I played a lot of Melee, so got really good at like executing and punish game.
So you feel like, in your case, it's both knowledge of spacing, but also knowledge of how to play against a player rather than just playing what's supposed to be optimal or works against a CPU or something like that?
Yeah.
I also feel like one thing that you've always done in Melee is you've always tried to formulate opinions on things
Yeah.
and actively think them through. And sometimes you end up in arguments where you argue really hard for something that doesn't really matter too much.
Yeah, I know. I get really heated sometimes.
But you care a lot about formulating opinions about the game, and I think that's one of the key things that most people can learn from. In that, once you try to conceptualize the game and make it like actually understandable by digesting it into pieces that are, you know, more intuitively understandable,
yeah.
you can actually improve your overall gameplay and game plan rather than just trying to hit
area.
your... Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And like, I've always been someone who thinks a lot about the game. So like, I've always done like write-ups and stuff. And some things that I try to explain to like newer people.
Really?
Yeah. Like how, for example, something that everyone who's good knows, but it's still like how neutral game and punish game is really intertwined, because if you don't have a threat in your punish, your neutral options don't really matter.
Yeah.
Like such things.
Yeah.
And I've also done like I've actually done a YouTube video.
Really?
Yeah. Not very known. I did it mostly because like one of my friends who was really struggling with certain things. I talk about why it's actually pretty good to play against level 1 vanilla CPUs.
Yeah.
Especially when starting out. And some pros to it when compared to like Uncle Punch and stuff.
Yeah.
It's not really well made. As I said, ADHD brain, so I got an idea at like 5 a.m., wrote a quote-unquote script, and recorded on my mic, which was a wireless mic, so it sounds like there's a tornado in the back all the time. No editing whatsoever. I just recorded it, rambled, and then I uploaded it.
That's hype.
But it's there.
I didn't know you wrote write-ups as well. Where do you post these?
Nowhere.
Oh.
I have like 10 notepad documents on my computer.
Yeah.
But I have sent them to people when it's like I try to explain some things. But I usually feel like I like to refer to other people's stuff more. Like I can explain some things, but in video form or written form, I think other people are a lot better at explaining than I am.
Yeah.
And it's a lot easier to just check out this as a BM tutorial instead of doing my own write-up that covers the same thing.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's mostly for myself that I do this. And I've always done like when I switch characters, I don't do it like mindlessly. I've always made documents and like put up pros and cons and what I like about characters and all of this stuff. So I really always think about everything in Melee.
So you feel like it also helps you that you structure the way you view in the game in documents as well? Like actually putting it into text or putting it into a video in one case?
Yeah. I think it really does. And it was like, I think I told Pipsqueak about like that I at one time 3 a.m. in the morning did a write-up on why punish game and neutral game is intertwined for no reason. Yeah. Just because it popped up in my head. He was like, "Oh shit, you're going to become a top player soon." Yeah.
It's hype.
Yeah.
But it is true that I am also that type of player that I also have a bunch of notepads on things. Yeah. That I keep in my Google Drive that I like share if someone asks me, but otherwise it's just for me to like write down shit. Yeah. I actually have a Melee document called the Good Job List, which is me writing down things I did well today in Melee, and I think it's like something like 40 pages or 50 pages long. Okay. Like A4, so I just post all the time. But we talked so much about the times that have been.
Yeah.
But we haven't talked much about recent history.
Yeah.
I feel like once the pandemic hit, you were kind of fucked because you couldn't play much at all, right?
Yeah.
It was just locals, but the locals were shut down for a long period of time.
Yeah, they did. Like, at the time, my computer could still run Melee. So I could still play it. But I've always had, like, difficulty... Because that was slightly before Slippy. And I've always had a lot of trouble with just, like, typing in a Discord, like, hey, anyone want to play?
Yeah.
And so when Unranked came and I could just queue up, it was the best thing ever because I could just start playing the game a lot more. Because otherwise it was just like if someone wrote to me, I would play and I would solo practice a lot.
Yeah.
But when that came, I started playing a lot, and I started to attend Seeding Paradise, among other things. Just online stuff, and I started to like beat really good European players after I got a controller that didn't have snapback for the first time in 3 years.
Yeah.
And it was just like, this is enough. Now I'll go beat up some top EU players.
Yeah.
And there was one Seeding Paradise that I started out playing Fox, actually, because I was like, Fox is fun. And then I met Raul, lost game 1 with Fox, switched to Sheik, and reverse 2-0'd him. And no one even noticed. It was like very early in the winner's bracket.
Yeah.
And then I just went on to beat King and Kingu.
Yeah.
Just back to back and have a really close set with Sverre.
Yeah.
And hitting an insane combo.
Yeah.
And just out of nowhere, no one had heard of me outside of Sweden, more or less.
Yeah.
And then, like, I got some similar results. Like, I beat Kingu, like, once more, I think.
Yeah.
And I had, like, I don't know, 8-0 record versus Velami.
Yeah.
But that was from Nordic Melee play when that was a thing.
Yeah.
But so, and then after a while, it was like the players to look out for in Europe. And it was like a order top 25 with 25 other players that are like in that tier and can beat people of the tier above.
Posted by Melee Stats.
Yeah, posted by Melee Stats. And I was in that one. So that felt really good, and that was like the peak of the online era for me, because then I disappeared again.
Yeah.
Because my computer couldn't handle Melee anymore. It just kind of died.
Don't you think that if you just reformat your computer, it will start working again?
No, I've done it.
Oh,
It doesn't work. My CPU is just terrible.
RIP.
Yeah, and emulation is all about CPU. So I can play other games fine, mostly because I don't care if it's 60 FPS all the time. Like, they can frame drop, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And my graphics card is pretty good because I've got my brother's old one. So I have a good graphics card, but my CPU sucks.
Yeah. And after, or rather, we I feel like I've failed to mention to the viewers who, if there are any viewers out there who actually don't know who the fuck Tellman is, what is your current rank in Stockholm?
Current is 4th.
Yeah, 4th.
Yeah.
And when I started, or rather when you first got ranked, do you remember what your first ranking was?
Yes, it was in 2018 on the freshman...
Oh, that was your first one.
That was my first
The
one. I think it
poster
was
one.
your first one as well.
It might have been, or I had one in the...
I remember the controversial one, because we ranked Sprak 19th and Ashtray 11th, because they didn't have any results.
Yeah, that was
It was
my
that
first one. I think.
Yeah.
That was because I was ranked above Sprak.
Yeah.
And he always beat me every
Yeah.
time, so it's funny that he...
Yeah.
that was my first one.
Yeah, that was the freshman one.
Yeah.
And that was my first one as well.
Yeah.
And I think I got like 18, just above Sprock.
Yeah.
And I had never beat him in either.
Yeah.
It was just because his results wasn't good. Weren't that good at all.
Yeah. Tellman 17th and they have 18th. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sprock 19th. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
It was not a good one.
No.
Ashtray like 12.
Yeah.
But it was like, yeah, Sprock only has a win on like Yuck, and
Yeah.
he wasn't good. We honestly shouldn't have ranked them
Yeah.
because they didn't have the results for it.
Yeah. It was kind of a meme.
Yeah, it was a meme. Yeah, it was the first one for the new wave, I guess.
Mm.
A lot of us have like climbed up to top 5, top 10 ish.
Yeah. I feel like nowadays though it's not just climbed up because of player inactivity, but it's also in your case you started beating a lot of the people who were at the top of the ranks back then, like Davey and Ekim and have you been Stacks ever?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I've beaten like more or less everyone.
Sharp.
Yeah, Sharp. It's like that's the thing that's really difficult to rank me when you compare me to like Dady, because Dady doesn't really upset like at all. He stays at his level, which is like third, but he doesn't lose to anyone below him except for me. And now Kyle Korver as well. Shout outs to Kyle Korver.
Kyle Korver. Any Kyle Korvers.
Because he's the Sam Slayer.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he has like the consistency. But I can beat anyone.
Yeah.
Except for Pipsqueak. Pipsqueak is...
Yeah.
yeah.
Pipsqueak is just like an asterisk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one beats Pipsqueak anymore.
Yeah.
So it's like that because... Yeah, I'm not... Like, Dady has like, what, a 3-0 record versus nobody now?
Yeah.
And I have like a... Recently, I have like a 6-1 record. Because I just recently got a win. But I can still beat anyone, but I still... Yeah, I'm not as consistent.
Yeah, yeah. And I think in one sense I feel like in one sense you have a pretty solid character choice when it comes to having to play having the restrictions you have on being able to play.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Sheik is pretty good at being straightforward in her mix-ups, which makes it easy to think about and lab out.
Yeah.
And also, the tech skill isn't too demanding after you've practiced it for a long time.
Yeah. I think the biggest issues are just Fox and maybe Falco.
Yeah.
Like those two. And that's why I just get railed by nobody.
Yeah. But still, even still saying Fox maybe Falco, but the only Fox and Falco you lose to are like nobody and
yeah, just nobody.
And Cal Corv sometimes, no?
No,
or no?
It was just with Falco.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's like I always struggled with Falco.
Yeah.
And then, like a year ago, I think, I just like, you know what? Maybe it's time to be to like have a game plan in the matchup and not just try to do chic stuff that doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
And my game plan is literally just platforms are good.
Yeah.
And then I started beating every single Falco every single time.
Kind of like versus Ices.
Yeah.
I have another question for you.
Yeah.
You play Sheik.
Yep.
What are your favorite matchups?
My favorite matchups. My absolute favorite matchup in the game is Puff with Sheik. And I think Sheik beats Puff. And then I also like the Ice Climber matchup a lot. And I love Peach. I just love the floatings.
Interesting.
I love the boxing matches.
Can you expand on why you like these matchups?
Yeah, but it's like a lot of it is the things that I really love about Melee. Like not necessarily so punish focused, more like nuanced neutral game and just a lot of spacing wars. Like a boxing match.
Yeah.
Instead of just being a slugfest. And I just love that. Because that's what I actually want to play. So maybe I'm a brawl player.
Maybe you should switch to Ultimate.
No, I hate Ultimate.
You can just play Minecraft Steve.
No. The thing is, there's so much input lag. It's so bad. I can't play it. Like, Melee is so good in that aspect because it barely has any input lag and it's just, the movement is so unbelievably good. So you can play that way.
Yeah.
In these other games, it's just like you have to play that way. You don't have any other options. You don't have any conversions.
Yeah.
So if your character doesn't win playing that way, then you're just fucked.
Yeah.
Sheik, on the other hand, like, yeah, she can play that way versus floaties, and that's really fun. And then versus Fox, if it doesn't work, I can just tech chase and win anyways, which is really nice to be able to have that flexibility instead of just being pigeonholed. But it's still my favorite way to play. But I don't think I would like it if that was the only thing.
No, okay. So you like the variety, but once you do get to play against Puff, there's a little demon in your brain that gets really happy.
Yes. It's like, oh yes, this matchup. Please don't pick FD.
What do you think is the reason why Sheik wins against Puff?
The reason being Sheik's amazing platform movement and just her vertical movement, which is so unbelievably good, and Puff's movement being shit in that regard, on top of Needles being incredible.
So do you play versus Puff like you play versus Ices? You just camp platforms, or?
No, I fight a lot, but it's still like, if I want to, I can just go up here.
Yeah.
If it's a bad situation for me, I can just go up there, and Puff can't do anything. And after like every single interaction, if I get a combo that's like a 3-piece, 50% or something, which is pretty common in that matchup, I get a full needle stack, which is like, yeah, that's pretty good against Puff.
Yeah.
That's probably a combo. If not, it's 17%.
Yeah. And you can actually needle grab, right?
Yeah.
And it would work even if they're trying to crouch, no?
Yeah. That was like a thing I tried out like 3 days ago. I was like, there's gotta be a consistent way to grab Puff.
Yeah.
If Marth can, so can Sheik.
Yeah.
And then I started doing like needle grabs on a Puff that's at like 80, which is when Puff is a kill percent anyways.
Yeah.
And it was incredibly consistent, and you could do it at like this height and just one needle and still get it, even if Puff is frame perfect.
Yeah, and the needle grab also works on shield as well if you do it low enough.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. But does it work against true crouch or just ASDI down?
True crouch. I did it against a crouchy Puff in Uncle Punch. I went into the lab, had Puff hold down and counter after 0 hits with nothing, so it would keep on holding down on the first frame. And I got it every single time.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Then maybe that's a kill confirm that Sheik mains could be using more often than they are.
Yeah, because down throw up air is true and kills on every stage at like 80.
So once you get to a percent where you can kill, if you get those needles, you will kill.
Yeah.
But do you need multiple needles or just one?
Just one. At like this height.
Yeah.
You don't even need to be precise or anything.
Yeah.
And there's also the threat of like, if Puff tries to play around it, you can just do this. You can just fair.
Yeah.
And then Puff dies anyways.
Okay.
So I think it's really underdeveloped on the Sheik side, because no good Sheiks have played against Hungerbox. They've just played
stage
Fox.
Sheik, yeah.
Yeah. They've just Swish Fox.
Mm.
But it's my most played matchup by far. Because I played a lot with Janne B, Puff main. I've also played a lot with CBG, Puff main. A lot with those people.
Yeah.
So even if they're bad, I just know how to play anyways.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've put it into practice as well because I've beaten all of these puffs.
People underestimate how much of Melee is just understanding how the game engine works.
Yeah.
Like how the physics look, how quick Puff's drift is, how quick your drift is, how high his jumps go, or her jumps go, I don't know which gender.
It.
Yeah, its jumps go.
Pokemon are usually referred to it.
They're
because
demons.
they can be either.
Yeah.
On the wiki and everything, it's just it.
And if you just know these things, you can practice them. Or if you know that you want to practice these things, you can practice them no matter how good the player you're playing against is.
Yeah.
Like some things might be hard, like practicing how long does a perfect wave dash go for this character. But most cases against Puff specifically is like, well, how fast does her drift go is pretty easy to learn once you look at her enough. And how high her jumps go and these types of things.
Yeah, and what she can do to beat like Bear, Fair, Mare, all of these stuff.
When you have progressed in Melee, you said that you're a very competitive person.
Yeah.
When you're progressing, how do you view improvement? Do you feel improvements through wins, or do you feel improvement through interactions? And I'm just more curious about your feeling on the improvement process in general.
Yeah. I think it's a bit of both. Because it's like, for example, I think I've gotten better at a matchup if I can beat a player that's playing that character, who I couldn't beat before. But other things are like, I'm hitting these conversions a lot more. I'm doing these things that I didn't do before. So I'm playing really good. And I think I've improved again. So it's a mix. But it's mostly like, I think it's mostly just things that I do that I view as improvement and not necessarily my results.
Things in game.
Yeah.
Because I know that you are a person who has been on the rankings panel for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I feel like you like ranking players and doing the process of categorizing.
I really do.
Yeah.
And I like rank everything. I just love rankings.
What do you mean, rank everything? Do you rank food?
No, because I eat 5 different kinds of food.
Yeah, but are they ranked?
They are ranked.
Yes, so then you rank them.
Yeah,
What's top tier food?
Yeah, but I like rank everything. I rank songs, I rank bands that I listen to, I rank games that I play, I rank things in games I play, everything. And I don't know how many tier lists I made for Melee and matchup charts.
What is your most unexpected tier list?
My most unexpected tier list? I don't know. Food, I guess?
So you actually have a set up food tier list?
Not really, no, but I have one in my head.
Okay, can you run me through the food tier list?
Number 1, stuvade makaroner.
Ah.
Number 2, tacos. Number 3, pancakes.
Wait. What is your ranking of things to have on a taco?
I have literally 4 things on my taco.
Okay. Tell me about these things.
I have I don't eat meats, kinda. I do when I eat hamburgers, but like I have.
Do you have soy meat?
Yeah. So that's what I have, and then gräddfil.
Yeah.
cucumber,
Yeah.
and nachos. And that's it.
Do you do burritos or hard shells?
Burritos.
Burritos with nachos in them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I crushed them into small bits.
Yeah. Classic.
And the gorbis. The gorbis isn't food, it's just emergency. I don't rank gorbis.
but okay, so that's two meals, and then what was the last one? You said one after, and I forgot.
Pancakes.
Pancakes. Okay.
That's number 3.
Okay. Number 4.
Number 4, hamburgers.
Hamburgers.
Number 5, pasta. The pizza, I guess. But a really good pizza can go a lot higher.
Yeah. So pizza is
it has a range.
Yeah, it has a range. Unlike stuvade makaroner, which is always at the top.
It is always at the top. You just can't go wrong with it.
Is it because it's a food which has implemented milk?
I think so. I honestly think so. I really like mannagrynsgröt as well. And that is also a food that has incorporated milk. It's just annoying to make.
Is milk why you choose to play White Sheik?
No.
Is it a reference to milk?
Shoutouts to milk?
Shoutouts to milk.
Have you seen I play White Sheik? Shoutouts to milk?
Honestly,
Dr. Oetker is indeed the number 1 spot.
yeah, when it comes to frozen pizza, Dr. Oetker's really
I think
good.
it's better than like eating out.
Yeah. Shoutouts to all the vegans in the chat. Fuck milk.
I would literally die if I didn't drink milk.
I base a lot of my Chic playstyle on milk. I think, what would milk do?
Milk will put some protein in this combo, so I will do it as well. D vitamin, yeah. That's good.
Milk is a liquid, but it's also more solid than water.
Yeah. I base all my life decisions on milk.
Flow like milk.
Flow like milk, sting like a bee. Sting like a cow.
What the hell? Stinky like a cow.
Flow like milk, eat like a cow.
Oh yeah,
Grass.
White Sheik does have cow colors in a way.
In a
It's
way,
black and white, like a cow.
but it's also like purple.
Yeah,
No,
fucking love them.
I
Correct.
can't.
So if you were to
Fucking love
go-
grass,
to
bro.
if you were to go back to what we were talking about earlier about rankings,
Yeah,
I feel like a trap that a lot of people that care very deeply about rankings end up in is they care very much about specific wins and results rather than the game.
yeah.
Was this something that you ran into in your life in Melee?
I did. I really did. I was very like results based, and until I don't know a year ago, and then it was just like, you know what? I just want to get better with every game. As long as I do that, I've reached my goal.
How did you change that?
I just work differently. I just say that to myself and I do it.
How do you mean I just said that to myself?
It was just like I came to the conclusion that this is not healthy, being so result focused, and just being more focused on improvement is better, because I can always influence that, as long as I improve, I will get wins. So that doesn't really matter if I get them now or later. I will get them. And then I just, told myself that, and then I did it.
Has since that point the way that your inner voice speaks to yourself changed?
Do you mean mid game?
It could be anyway.
Because mid game I don't have a voice that speaks to me. It's like because I'm ADHD brain once again. It's like. I remember once it was like I was playing against someone and was starting to beat them, and then I just started thinking about very strange things, and it was like had no relation to anything.
What are strange things?
I started thinking about like like a scene from Dragon Ball Abridged came up in my head, and it's like. I think it's Frieza when he's going to destroy Planet Vegeta. He likes Bardock talks to him and he likes thinks. What should I drink tonight? Red wine, white wine? Maybe I should invite Cooler for a call. No, he's a prick. And just that scene just played in my head because I was thinking about things that were completely unrelated. So my brain works in mysterious ways.
Did you win that set?
I won that set.
Who was it against? Do you remember?
I think it was...
I feel very bad for this person. I feel extremely bad for this person.
I don't really remember, but... it was a pretty good player.
When you were a child,
Yeah.
did you memorize scripts of movies?
I can watch movies in my head.
Yes. I feel like you were that type of child. One time, I was at my friend's house,
Yeah.
and he had a brother who knew the entire movie script of Cars, the movie.
Yeah.
And he would reenact Cars by himself at the dinner table. Not to anyone, just to himself. So he would just like go through entire scenes of Cars, the
Yeah.
movie, talking as a car. Or well, he did both of all of the dialogue in a scene.
Yeah.
And I thought, wow, this is at a level that I would never be at.
Yeah.
But you are that type of kid, who were that type of kid.
Not really in that way, but like when I really like something, if it's a movie, I watch it a lot. Like a lot. If it's a song, I listen to it a lot. So I like learn. Like my favorite movie of all time. I can watch the movie in my head, which I do when I'm bored and don't have anything to do, like waiting for a while. And like my phone is dead or something. Then I can watch it, and that's pretty nice.
What's the movie?
Irol.
Oh yeah, is that the Is that the movie? No.
There's no, it's it has a lot of good quotes.
I know we talked about this movie on the subway before.
It has some of the best quotes from any movie ever. Bland inte mig i vårt förhållande. It is so good.
It's a classic.
It's a classic. But it's so good. It's actually insanely funny. I just know the entire movie.
Do you have an easy time projecting images in your head?
Parketten and everything. Oh my god. But yeah, I can watch scenes. I actually see the scenes.
Yeah,
So yeah, I can actually watch movies in my head.
I cannot. I think it's interesting how different people have different ability to visualize things.
Yeah.
And you can visualize something that you've watched so vividly that it's like watching a movie.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's insane. But did your inner voice change out of game?
Out of game. I think so. Especially after loss. Like it sucks, of course, because I haven't had a chance to play and get better. I just play at locals, and I've had really bad controller luck. So when it feels like other things are impacting my performance that I don't really have any control over, that sucks. That's when I get really salty. But otherwise, it's like, yeah, but I still play good. I did something that was really good, but like before I would have gone really down about it. So that's really, really, really nice.
Yeah. Do you feel like if you were to help someone implement this strategy, what would be... Because I feel like a lot of people out there struggle with caring too much about results or getting too down on themselves. If you had to give someone a tip on how to implement that better, what would you give them?
it would be like, don't just think about it. Try to actually, try not to think about it. Try to actually change your line of thinking to it. Because it's a really big difference. Because otherwise it's like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to think about this, not this. But if you do it like gradually, and you start like trying to start think a certain way, and then keep on reminding yourself when you get stuck in a bad pattern again, then you can do it more gradually, and it becomes natural after a while.
So rather than losing patience and thinking that you should be able to implement the mindset immediately, you're saying
do it gradually.
Okay. Speaking of improvement, what are things that you in Melee feel like you want to improve from where you are right now to in the future?
I think reaction tech chasing is the biggest one. Because if I get that one, then this matchup won't be as horrible anymore. Because without reaction tech chasing, it's a 6-4 matchup. It's just, it's hopeless.
Yeah.
You get out punished, you can't do anything in neutral because it's just faster and his moves win. And it just sucks. I don't really like gimping as well, which is like the other thing you can do.
Yeah.
But I just don't like it. But yeah, reaction tech chasing, because then this matchup actually becomes even.
What do you think you could do in order to improve that?
Get a new computer. Because I'm going to practice it when I can.
Yeah. It's just that you don't have the resources right now.
I don't have the means.
Yeah.
But I also want to get more well-rounded in matchups, I guess. Because like right now, I think like there are some matchups that I'm really good at, and then some that I'm just abysmal at. Of course, some of them will become better if I start to implement reaction tech chasing. But there are other things as well, and I need to like find out what those are. As well as I'm really bad at edge guarding.
So you feel like in your current state, practicing reaction tech chasing is hard, but you feel like maybe it's more doable to practice how to edge guard properly?
Not really either, because I can't really play. And reaction tech chasing, you need to play against someone.
Yeah.
No, not reaction, edge guarding. As far as I know, you can't really do with a save state. But if you could, I would love to find that one.
You can create your own save state.
Yeah, but yeah, it might happen if I become that much of a lab monster.
Yeah. I've done it before.
Yeah.
If it's like a specific Firefox angle I know I have a hard time beating, I like set it up and then I try to set up how I've set up before it, and then yeah.
Yeah. I think I could just do like the this guy is not mashing. I think the Armada Shine practice actually works pretty well.
Yeah.
Because then they get knocked off and they try to recover differently every single time.
Yeah.
So I might do that, but I need a computer. Same as every single thing. But matchups I can think about more. So I think like I can improve at that one.
What matchups do you want to improve?
Fox. Maybe Falco as well. Because I feel like my style against Falco right now might hit a wall. Same with Puff. Like there are some things that I really need to start implement. I'm not that good with needles. And I really need to start using them more. Especially in those matchups.
So you feel like understanding needles more is probably going to help you understand the matchups better in general?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have the tools available to figure these things out?
Some of them, yeah. but not all of them, because I'm definitely someone who learns better by doing than watching.
Mm-hmm. So then you would need to start playing to be able to improve it. Yeah.
Yeah. But I can, in some way, I can still watch some things and absorb. Like, I didn't come up with the Falco game plan by playing.
Yeah.
I like watched plot, and it's like, okay, this guy just stands on platforms all the time and beats Falco all the time.
Yeah.
Maybe I should try doing that.
Yeah. And you are waiting for your new computer, but you have been waiting for like 28 years.
I've been waiting for over a month.
Yeah.
And it's just rough. But everything has arrived except for the motherboard, which is like the most important part. Because it doesn't work if I don't have a motherboard.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to look into changing the motherboard to something else.
Yeah.
But it's my dad that's ordered the stuff, and he's not home right now, so I need to wait
Where
for
is
him to
he?
get home. In Vemdalen.
Oh.
We have a cabin there,
Okay.
or a house rather.
What is your next melee-related goal?
I think my next melee-related goal is. If we're talking result-based, I think it's like top 50 Europe.
Mm-hmm. If it's not results-based.
Get good at reaction tech chasing.
Yes. Okay, then we're back at what you want to improve in the game.
Yeah.
Perfect. Top 50 Europe. I feel like if we had those rankings, you would be top 50 Europe. It's just a matter of them not existing.
Yeah.
It's
the same with the Swedish ranking. Like, that one would definitely be a goal.
Yeah.
But we don't have one.
Yeah.
And we don't have any crossover, so we can't really do one.
Yeah. And I feel like it's the same as when there was a period of time where Sprak only played because he wanted to get ranked top 50 in Europe. And he was very, very clearly top 50 in Europe based on results. But there wasn't a ranking, so he couldn't become top 50 in Europe.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any plans on traveling to any majors anytime soon?
When I have money.
Yeah.
Like, it's the biggest problem for me. I don't have any money at all. I don't have any income. So I can't really go to stuff. Like, now I live in Stockholm, so I can go to locals because I need to have an SL card to get to my work anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah. I don't have any money, so I can't go to majors.
Yeah. And if we were to skip Melee for a while and just talk about general things in your life that you would like to improve. Do you have any things that you feel like you want to improve in your life?
I feel like the income is a big one. Like, being able to actually live by myself instead of living at my dad's place.
Mm-hmm.
And just being able to, live is really nice. Because right now it's just, I get money from my mom to survive, but I would really want some money of my own, being able to buy things.
Yeah.
So it's that, because otherwise I feel pretty good. I've been high on life recently, so it's nice.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So emotionally you're feeling pretty good right now.
Yeah.
But you would like to be able to have a secure income and some type of, I don't know, sustainability in your everyday life.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you think you could get closer to that?
I guess, like, I don't know, finding out what my working ability is at, and then get compensation for the rest.
Yeah.
Because I can't work 100% and I'll never be able to. So finding out what level it is on. And that's what I'm doing now at my quote-unquote work.
Yeah.
And then, go from there.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yep.
I feel like we've covered most of the things that I have to ask about. Are there any things that you have thought about that you wanted to bring up?
Not really, no. I think I've rambled on about a lot of stuff. So I think most of it is covered.
Then I'll be opening up for chat questions, as per usual. If you have any questions with Tellman in the chat, please post them now, and we can go through them. I think this Falco actually is pretty sick.
Yeah.
You actually feel like you have been playing against a lot of good players today.
Yeah, I have. I've been getting bonded.
Yeah. I didn't want to say anything because it's so hard to play against these type of players as well while you're talking. But you've run into some. I usually just run into shitters.
Yeah. I ran into some really good ones.
I also feel like it's a thing of playing Yoshi as well that like people don't know. I don't know.
Level of power ranking. I think it's kind of like what I said before. It's really top heavy, and then there's like a really big jump when you go below like the top 10.
Sorry, I just thought it was funny that Daddy said I humble brag that his MMR is too easy for him, but Tellman is getting bodied. No, I actually think it's such a huge nerf that Tellman is playing actual characters rather than memes. And since I'm playing a meme, people just don't know what the fuck they're doing whenever they run into me. And so I win a lot. And then I run into like someone who just absolutely destroys me. That's like an actual top player. And then I'm like, okay, what the fuck? What did you say about the ranking? You said that it... What did you say? Sorry.
It's really top heavy. And like at the top, I think it's more stacked than like it's ever been. But when you go down below the top 10, it's a lot lower than it has been a lot of times.
That's interesting, actually, because I'm not sure if I agree, but maybe... I want to hear... Actually, Dady, you're in the chat. What do you think? Do you think the ranking is more competitive than it has been previously? Because I feel like before it was like... I don't know, we had names that were like really, really good. Like Humpe, or well, I guess it's also you have to not live in a reality where all of the good players are actually ranked, because we have never had a rank. Yeah, we haven't had a rank where people actually attended in a very long time, I feel like.
Yeah, and right now it's like everyone in the top 10 can beat everyone else in the top 10, and it's just like, well, it can go
almost.
Almost, yeah, almost.
Yeah. You felt it was more stacked when Faukai, Manu, Ekin, Pip were active. And Sprak, I guess. But I don't think that all of those people were active at the same time.
No, they...
At least Pip wasn't at that level when the other guys were.
No, Manu was definitely not active at the same time as the others.
That drill was sick, actually.
Thanks.
There was a year where I could lose to all of them. Minus Pip, yeah. And now you just lose to Sharp.
And me.
Yeah, and Tellman, don't forget.
Don't forget. It was really close with nobody though, or pretty close. Like it's getting closer and closer. What I've seen.
Do you think there are enough events held to justify a ranking in your region? Yes,
definitely.
Every week we have a event.
Yeah.
We play so fucking much.
Yeah.
I feel like being able to, for you in your case, it's a testament that if we had monthlies, there's no way you would be ranked where you're ranked right now. I feel like it's because you get to play at least once a week for many hours. At least you get some form of consistent practice.
Yeah. Whereas
if we only had monthlies or like bi-monthlies,
I would be
fucked.
shit.
Yeah. I think a lot of us would have been. I think I big credit to Stockholm scenes that's helped Stockholm have a strong mid-level before, was that we had weeklies every fucking week, so we kept losing to each other and wanted to get better because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually have a great scene for weeklies. Hopefully we can keep it going. Any other small or any other chat questions? Otherwise we'll pull it to the set of the video, I guess, or stream. The episode, it's called. By the way, shoutouts to Flippy for helping me with the overlay once again. And if you haven't noticed, I've moved as well, so the background is different, and we have some more guests that I've tried to get on. So we'll see if maybe we can get some more coming for you guys in the future. I think there's a difference between local scene and national scene. Someone just needs a weekend type of weekly to grow, I feel. Yeah, I think so. That would be the next step. Somewhere where we could be at weekends, or at least just monthly, like something.
Yeah. There's a lot of old people who needs to work.
Yeah. Our TO is Flippy and a bunch of other guys, but really, we don't really need to TO too much at the... And Netto Nixon also TOs, but we don't really need to TO too much at the weeklies because people have been there so long that, like...
We know.
We know. And the Hickson as well, of course.
The goat.
The things that we need help with is having keys to the venue, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's it. And then people just sort of run it by themselves, kind of.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay.
God.
I feel like there's a... I wish that we had a stream. That's another thing that we need to grow. A stream. Maybe not for... Or maybe it might not actually be too important for growth, but I feel like it would be too great for helping us improve as players, so we can watch back the set more easy. And also to grow hype for the scene, because I feel like we've gone way more isolated after Foul, rest in peace, left the streaming scene. Yeah. Foul was definitely carrying us there for sure.
Yeah. Like, that's why no one knows about our players.
Yeah.
Because they don't see us play.
Yeah.
But like, if you just look at the results, we have some really good players.
I actually think it's really funny when we used to travel outside of Stockholm, and like all of our mid-level and top-level, of course, did very well, but nobody knew who the fuck we were.
Yeah.
Because we only traveled inside of Sweden or like to our locals.
Ekimed Air.
The worst one, the actual most criminal one, is that nobody in the fucking world knows who Mr. Bobo Get is.
Yeah.
And he's like literally top 5 in Stockholm. Like, he's so fucking good.
He's insane.
And nobody has ever heard of him.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Yeah.
And it's so hard losing to someone that every week, and then people are like, who the fuck is this? And you're like, oh my god. Especially because when you play a mid-tier like I do, you get somewhat of a reputation just from playing the character and having some results. But then when the people you lose to, they're like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah.
It's kind of funny.
Did you lose to a random?
Yeah, did you lose to a random again?
Every week?
Every week you lose to this random? Yeah. Do you guys know the story of when... Actually, I'll save that for a potential player spotlight with Mr. Bobo Get. One day, maybe. One day.
One day.
But yeah, finish that game and then we'll play the set of the day. And then, I don't know, what do you want to do after?
I don't know.
Do you have any plans?
No.
No.
None.
Do any people in Stockholm want to have a hangout night or something? I can host a Smash Fest. It's just me, and we can have dinner and something. If people want to join, just come. Tears, are you in Stockholm right now?
Come.
Fuck. Alright, gamer.
Gamers be gaming.
I need some water. Do you want one more? Or
No, I haven't had anything. Yo, let's go, Teros. 3 months. Nice. We need some more Teros in our lives.
What's happening, Theros?
He'll try come over this spring for a new internship.
Oh, fuck yeah. You should move here.
You should.
I'm considering coming over. Initially I had plans, but... Yeah, if you want, you can come over. Anyone who's listening, if you want to come over to a Smash Fest hosted by yours truly. Alright, DJ matchup.
DJ matchup. I can play someone else.
No. Play whichever character you want. We need to showcase our skill to the world.
Okay.
Yes.
I can do it with a secondary.
Rude. Alright. Actually, it is true that we need to... Which area? What do you... I live in Zinkensdamm. If you want to come, you can come.
Come!
You're welcome. Yes, I know. This guy's only talking about come.
It's all that's on my mind.
Do you want to start Battlefield or do you want to strike?
We can start Battlefield.
Yeah. Can I check so my controller's actively activated?
Yeah.
Things. Oh shit! I have the bug.
You have the bug?
This is why I always check, because I can't L cancel. Look.
Oh.
It doesn't work. See? Yeah,
Nice.
because my light shield doesn't work. That's
Oh.
okay, restart. Technical
restart.
gaming.
Pal?
Yes, let's play PAL.
Yeah. Then I can play Sheik.
Finally, I win.
Finally, a winning matchup.
Where the heck? There we go.
No, not Ness.
This is not Battlefield, my friend.
No, it's not. I'm just so used to pressing stuff.
Let me see if it works now. What the hell, man? Light shield is not working.
Try replug, maybe?
Oh yeah, maybe it's a plugging issue.
Haven't plugged well enough.
Now it works.
Nice.
Oh shit. Don't think I will, smiley face. Okay. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Haha. I'm thinking about removing this segment as well. Because I'm not sure if viewers actually appreciate watching just Yoshi playing or like if they appreciate this gameplay or if it's mostly just the talking part.
Yeah.
Because I feel like most people watch this as a podcast, and I'm not sure people shift to watch gameplay just because there's like this. Oh, that was awful. You think it's epic? Yes, it's best of 5. I fucked up. If I drifted a little bit more, I would have lived. Do it.
I want to.
I know you do, Mr. Caveman.
Hit.
Do it, yeah. Ah. Let your monkey be monkey.
Hit hard. Hit. Roll in.
Me happy now. This me and my brother play Smash. Roll, smash attack. Roll, smash attack.
Roll behind. Broken. No, do that.
Big dino scary.
No.
Oh, greedy.
No.
Monkey.
Monkey.
Monkey
I think my monkey style works better with this character.
Dear God. Monkey style.
Monkey
counterfeit.
style. Ganondorf. The only approaching Ganondorf in the universe.
Oh!
I will approach. I will hit.
I was sure I was safe.
I will punch.
The punch.
The punch. Punch.
That's not a punch. Sorry to tell you, but this is not a punch.
Everything is a punch if you want it to be. Just trust Mr. Sneating. Punch. All the punches.
Daisy's asking when will Tellman main Ganon, and the answer is when he wants to start losing.
Yeah, when I'm done with my career.
Ah, I fucked up.
Yes.
Yeah. Stockholm does not need more Ganons.
Stockholm definitely needs more Ganons. Stockholm needs more approaching Ganons. Oh my god! Phantom Punch.
Phantom punch. What?
Oof. No! Yes! Gimmicks!
Yeah.
The gimmick move.
Okay. This matchup, of course, my best stage is
Is Yoshi's story?
where the hell
Of
is my
course.
best stage?
I think.
I think this one maybe, or maybe Final Destination actually might be pretty good, but I think
it's Mushroom Kingdom 2.
I'm going Battlefield.
Okay, I guess I'll let you go there.
Oh fuck.
There it came. Monkey Brain. Smash attack.
Ah! No! How did I miss everything?
I don't know. Matrix spacing. No!
Perfect. Oops.
The approach roll.
Approaching roll.
On Kirby.
Oops. No, that was not meant to be.
Monkey Brain. Oh! No!
Thank God.
I missed everything.
Ta kanten! I know. Oh shit.
Gimmicks. Menacing dash.
Oh no, not again.
That hitbox! It's so sad.
Oh fuck, I fucked up my tech skill.
Yes!
I died because I fucked up the tech skill.
Yeah!
Oh my god, I'm going Fountain of Dreams.
Yes, where dreams are broken. Oh, that was the most ambitious down B I've ever done.
I didn't think you could actually make it back to ledge there. I thought you had to go on stage.
Oh yeah. It's tricky. His drift is so bad, so you can do anything you want. Kinda. Oof.
Yes!
No!
No,
The
no, I fucked up.
combos!
Give it to me. Give me the combos. That's all I can do. No.
Give me the hits. That's all I can do. Punches.
Punch.
Yes!
how the
teleport!
I hate that so much. No, thank God.
The DI.
Thank God he's dead.
Ah! The combos!
Oh, I lived. Oh. Oh my goodness. Jump. I do nair for the ledge, but it doesn't work. He's impossible to edge guard.
He's too evil.
I think that's it, yeah. He's too evil, I think.
Yeah, I think so. He's too evil. He just wins.
Oh. Oh no. Oh no. This is huge. No. No.
So evil!
Oh, I had my jump. I thought I didn't. GG's.
GG's. The evil man.
I can't believe I lost again and again. I hate this character. But now I will practice and I have VODs to watch. Very fortunate for me to have Ganon VODs to study. Wow, fantastic. Alright, gamers. No more questions as far as I see in the chat. We're not the strongest siblings, no. And they told you, yeah.
Yeah.
If you guys want to come and hang out, you're welcome. I'll pay for your dinner since you have no money. Oh well,
Thanks.
you don't eat out. Or if you eat out, do you eat pizza? Yes.
Pizza and burgers.
Pizza and burgers. Okay, we'll figure something out. All right. Does any other one? If you want to come, just message me and you're welcome. I can only house so many people, but yeah. All right, gamers. That's it for Player Spotlight number 12. I'll see you later, everyone. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. Do you have any shout-outs? Shout-outs to Burhan.
Shout out to Burhan. Shout out to my mom who pays for me so I can live. Shout outs to her. Shout outs to my dad who made it possible so I can live in Stockholm. Shout outs to the scene. It's amazing. I think that's it.
Shout-outs to Festa and
Shout
Co.
outs to Festa. That's part of the scene.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
GG's to us.
All right,
Festa.
gamers. See you later, and have fun watching Pipsqueak destroy people at Summit tonight.
Again.
Again. Okay, bye.
Bye.